extend a very warm invitation to Prema Muralidhar ji, all the way from Dubai, the UAE. She's joining us from, the Woodland group of schools, Ajman. She's the director and she's the principal. Wonderful orator, wonderful human being, all the time available. And she has given so many resource persons to us from the entire UAE from time to time. We are proud of her. Prema ma'am, may I humbly request you to kindly share your vision, because Pandeyji is very kind to be here with us for a little more time. So kindly share your vision, what best can be done, how do we all move ahead further? Prema Muralidhar ji.
Namaste. Thank you so much. It's more of a homecoming for me when you wrote North India Pravasi, being the daughter of a wing commander, having my birth in Allahabad. I think this is my first ever platform as a North Indian, and thank you so much for that. We are born somewhere, but we have karma leads us to various parts of the globe. And so I was raised in Chennai in the South India, but then lived my life in the Gulf for 20 years in Oman, and now my second innings in the United Arab Emirates for the last 4 years. Pandeyji, I'm actually bowled over when I listened to you, although it was the last few minutes. I'm sorry, because today we have school. The weekend has changed here in the Gulf. So today is also, we were working and sessions have been lined up. So anyway, I heard the last bit, and I think that's the most promising ever statement you can make on a platform like this. We have always seen people underestimate India and its beautiful resources and its education system. But you can take my word, I will be the first online to join you for any initiative, because God, with his grace, you know, a homecoming is always my dream. It's only unfortunate that we don't get placed properly when we come back. So then we come back again for a next homecoming. Otherwise, 37 years down the lane now, I think the wealth of knowledge that we have learned, and as Gulshan ji said, today also we are all sitting here to learn, to understand. We have by destiny have been able to come here and work, but at the bottom of our heart, we are Indians, and we will strive to be an Indian. I wear this garb, this sari, wherever I go, whether it is in a minister's office or the highest pedestal. I never give up myself, and I will never. So salute to you and to the nation. Seeing Modi ji is my dream. I will one day definitely see him. But, the amount of effort the great man takes to bring everything together and still say, we have not closed, we are still open. And that's the beauty of education. Education, as Gulshan ji and Pandeyji, you said, it can never stop. And no school can physically say there is no schooling. It's all not at all happening. It will never happen. Thanks to U.A.E. now, I have mushroomed into yet another beautiful individual with my skills of quality assurance. So basically, the 37 years behind me got me to be from a kindergarten teacher to a higher education lecturer to an academic advisor to a quality assurance specialist. And I'm a proud QCI quality assessor. I'm also a proud ISO 21001 lead auditor. Now, with quality and auditing skills and the third eye open for innovation, I think our country doesn't need anything more than this. And I'm really happy. Wherever I am, I will definitely look into the initiatives and take part. Thank you so much for that. Having said all of that, I must congratulate and commend the efforts of the U.A.E. government in being able to brace this challenge very, very beautifully. To be honest, my panelists, with due respect, we never closed at all. We never closed. And why you're asking that is because it's all about having a very concrete, robust system. So the country, the country with this federal government in Abu Dhabi always ensures that education is aligned to the national agenda. And I'm so grateful. Every single page of NEP 2020, I have mastered. The reason is that is the way forward. We are now heading, and I can tell you for sure, implementation in its finest form. In the next 2 years, India will be on top, and we'll have all foreign universities in India and Indian universities, and our children and our manpower, our workforce will go out and serve. That is the beauty, because so many rich, diverse people and proud Indians are working in different parts of the globe. And definitely one day there's a homecoming, we'll all come, and I'm sure we will take our country places. So the most important thing, as we rightly said, let me just give you a little brief about why we didn't have a toll at all in spite of COVID. The reason is, again, coming under one umbrella, the move of now MOHRE to become MOE again. I'm just correlating, okay? So everything is happening in the right direction now. So to have it under one umbrella. So I was one of those very lucky individuals while working in the minister's office in the Directorate General of Technical Education, Oman, saw the evolution of Oman education system. So they brought everything under one umbrella, and I happened to be in the quality assurance team. So we were so lovely to understand the OAAA. This is the Oman accreditation system, which is something that we have to focus on. Bring everybody under one umbrella, and then have a quality assurance agency, which will maneuver, guide, and run the streams of education. So that is what is happening here. So we have the country's big vision and education aligned to that vision. So for example, coming 20 in PISA, getting to 15 in TIMSS, or before 2020, 21, 22, have a vision, then 100% principal, school leader professionalism. Now, how are they doing it? Everybody, including me, we have taken the license, professional license exam. And what is that license exam about? As a leader, what is operational strategy? What is professional and ethical strategies? Leadership, what do you mean by educational leadership? What do you mean by standard? So all of these we have to master, gather, take. So this way they are ensuring 100% strong leaders in various schools. Then comes to the next important body of what we call teacher training, or what we say teacher readiness. Now, how does this happen? Every single teacher must go through the teacher licensing test. Now, what is this test? This test actually teaches you the pedagogy. What is most important? It's not the peripherals, it's about pedagogy. So how much of, mastering a content, we are all very good at, but how to pass it forward is always a challenge. So the pedagogy and the nuances of ensuring that children are placed in the center of education, and the other peripherals in a school are only related to the soul. Is the soul, the school, in a school, if you want to call a good school, you must be able to feel the soul. So here we have these very, very periodic, robust inspections. Almost every 2 weeks, there is somebody coming in to inspect from the education sector. So what does it make? It brings in innovation. It brings in creativity. It brings in challenges. We are terribly stressed, but stressed at the same time enjoying the beauty of learning. So in UAE, with this robust, Ministry of Education inspection manual that they give us, every school is ever ready to face any eventuality. So when, and in that case, being a very hardcore academician, I introduced technology integrated hybrid model in 2018. Little did I know that COVID is going to come. So for Woodland Park group of schools, we didn't have a problem. When 2019 it came, my teachers very comfortably settled into the mode of, what we call hybrid. Again, there is always this mix up or misunderstanding saying blended learning. Blended learning is not hybrid model. I mean, that's something we all should know. Blended learning is happening today, and it is wrongly used, interpreted for hybrid model. Hybrid model is the model. Panditji, as you rightly said, the new normal has come in. All schools, the evolution has happened. No parent can expect to go back. No student can expect to go back. No school authority can say right now we are only going to give physical classes. No, it has all changed. Learning, which was happening in the school, is now happening at home. And how is it happening? Because every school now should invest in a learning management system. So we have a very robust learning management system, which is our own platform, where we share lectures, where the children has 24/7 all the deliveries of teachers, where the children has resources aligned to the curriculum. And see, we are a CBSE school. And I can tell you so proudly that the innovation that we have done in CBSE is 200% in line with what the nation is looking at NEP 2020. We are probably the best schools, and I'm not talking about my schools. In the UAE, I can tell you, the group of schools here can vouch for NEP 2020 with results for you, because we've been practicing it almost at least in the last 3-4 years. Now, having said that, what is most important and where we are lacking, I still think the challenge today is on getting training done on a continual basis. So because always all schools are having this one-time training, it doesn't work, because the staff appraisal, unless and until it is mapped to the need analysis, to the needs of department-wise teachers. So at a higher level, every school, and that is my ardent appeal, if every school can have a quality assurance unit, and this quality assurance unit should not be an outsourced product, but like what we do here, members of our own team should become members of this quality assurance so that you can drive. And if there is a neat mechanism for, so what is the success of U.A.E. and its school education and future education is very simple. We have a robust mechanism to plan, implement, analyze, evaluate, and improve the effectiveness of all deliverables. Now, when we do that, I think there is no looking back, because lessons learned are often in between brought in as interventions, and these interventions are called school improvement plans. So you go from first, having a school strategic plan. Now, what is the challenge there with India? It is very difficult for any school principal to draw a strategic plan, and we don't blame them. The reason is they have not got any sort of, let us say, training towards understanding how can I map the institution vision to the national vision. So when you do that, and when you have a framework where department-wise they can extract from the strategic plan and then provide action plans all by your own stakeholders. The minute we say quality, something is outsourced. Now that doesn't go at all. What is very important, and what is the success of U.A.E. here, why I'm saying it, I am relating it both together, is I have seen it in the last 4 years. I've been here now, it's my 4th year. I'm running into the 5th year. And I can tell you for sure, when we have a system that mandates frequently the improvement, then sky is the limit, everything can be done. So in this, the most important thing is to have a quality assurance unit, and at the highest level, at the country level, we need an accreditation body. And this accreditation body, it is my dream to see all institutions come under one umbrella, and then segmented into higher education, school education, technical education, vocational stream, but the highest body must be a quality assurance, and that should be directly reporting to the government, so that all initiatives can, otherwise what happens is immediately we look for a second hand. So we want to outsource. So we say, okay, write the school portfolio and give. So when somebody writes a school portfolio And when somebody is doing your job, accountability and ownership is a high questionable mark. So very important thing is to get strong school leaders to run the show. But at the top, you need an advisory body where all these learnings from various across the globe. Are we saying that we cannot spare 1 hour or 2 hours every day to sit and share ours? We are not. I know there are so many of course, with God's grace, I have got a very different, what do I say? He blessed me, maybe because I was christened in Kashi. I don't know. He has blessed me with being on the highest pedestals and highest offices so that we will be able to understand the strategies of deployment. And right now, hybrid model is to stay. Students should be able to learn wherever they are, irrespective of whether it is a home, whether they are traveling, whether they are sick in a hospital. And I can give you umpteen number of incidences where my COVID teachers took classes from hospitals, where my COVID students took their classes at home from their beds, and they were enjoying. The reason is that is where education is heading to. Education is not going to now stay in one place. Now, what is the change that has to come? The most important change that we have started, and I have started, is we have used the flipped classroom approach now. So we are flipping a classroom. What is it? That is, a teacher is not coming and telling you that Newton's third law is for every action there is an equivalent of. No. The students are given prior links, journal pages, videos to watch, and they come in with information. Today, information holocaust has happened. Children are all, actually they are oversized with information. And because of that, many information is misinterpreted. Now the duty of a teacher or a facilitator is to channelize this particular information, make it meaningful for them in their life. So now we are saying theater classrooms will not stand the test anymore. Theater classrooms must fade. Schools investing on benches, tables, long size things must go away. All that a classroom requires now is a studio layout. What is a studio layout? A couple of browsing centers, 2-3 tables with laps or pads or whatever it is, a camcorder placed where they can listen, a small discussion corner to exchange, create, deliberate, and of course, one wall, an LED wall. That's it. The reason is information that the children are bringing in, the teacher now turns into a mentor. And from there, she must guide the students to explore. So we did a very recent class on self. And it was my sociology teacher, who is a mentor, teaching self for grade 11 students. Simple. And we went up to, so the students who knew what is self. So when you start exploring, then you are not just, what do I say, not confining to just the meaning of cells and what it does to your body. And no, you are now looking on a larger level. So there was one student who said, but the recent cell transplant was done here. Now look, what is it that the child is being taught? So the first 2 hours that the teacher wants to exchange or share is called a contact hour. And then the learning, the remaining 4 hours, I turn it into credit hours. And I'm doing this with grade 10, 11, and 12 now. This is my first year of 12. The reason is credit hours are the most effective because a child is exploring. And why can't a teacher grade a child when this exploration is happening? Coming back to listening to Modi ji's speech, I can tell you NEP 2020 houses this. But the implementation of this is what we will have to very closely monitor, have 2-3 model schools and just make it happen. It is actually very easy, far more easier, because you don't invest so much on furniture and this and that. And you don't say that, okay, the science teacher didn't come, so the sociology teacher can. No, he can. So the sociology teacher, how did he bring this creation? Is he realized I need to learn now? And now the children are coming with knowledge. So when they are inside this classroom, they're not on a on a take, give me mode. They are there to share and learn together. So then when all that the mentor had to do was to go to the LED wall, go to Google, click it, found out which is at university, hospital, all this the children gave. And then the child is seeing the operation, looking at it and finding out that cells means this, I need to take care of my body, which is another side. And what happens when you damage, so all the good and pros and cons of not being healthy comes in. Then comes budget, because in this hospital it is this much, in that hospital it is not this much. The child is getting conscious, and then the child is doing a comparative research. Now from cell, we went to so many other areas of this, so that when the child comes out and he wants to now look at an MCQ, he is actually understanding and writing from his experiences inside the class. Now, this is where education is here in the U.A.E. I mean, we are all, now why are we doing all of this? Is because innovation is the key word now for progress. And this innovation, and when we say innovation in such a way that the children are led. We just launched yesterday the Woodland Education Future Guidance Hub. Now, why did we could have simply told that it is a career guidance cell, because then we think, okay, are you in the 11th or are you in the 12th? Okay, now you go through career guidance. Why are we picking children late? Why can't we catch them as early as 12 years when their minds are so fickle? In 7th grade, they are thinking, I want to become a doctor. In 8th grade, they are moving to maybe I want to become an actor. In 9th grade, they're thinking, no, architect, I love it. They are continuously trying to see which is that skill I need, which is the skill. So there is something called passion, but we wrongly misinterpret this word passion in children. Passion is here, what happened? It is a force, thrust. My child has to become a doctor. So the parent keeps telling the child, look, your science mark is good. You are a doctor, you will be this, that. You are thrusting a profession, which is not going to help the child. So we need psychometric tests, we need a lot of skill analysis, and we need a system that can continually track the aptitude and attitude of the child as he is growing. And then when he comes to, in the grade of when he is 15 plus, explore him the various, domains. So education here in the U.A.E. is at its highest level of innovation. And I'm talking about all schools. In my school, it is particularly a little more, I like to experiment. I love challenges. And I was brought to Woodland Park group of school to scale excellence. And I came in 2018 with 700 students. Today, I am 3,000 students, and I have given them 4 branches. 4 branches. We have X mushroom. How is it all happening? Is because my teachers, my team, I am not doing anything. My team has taken ownership, and my management has decided investment in a constructive way is very important, and not these frills and fabrications and bricks and mortars and this. No, what you need to see in a school is soul. What we are now having a huge challenge, and that is what even the country in U.A.E. is working closely, and Pandiji mentioned it, mental well-being of children. We know of children who are born, and for the last 5 years or 4 years, they haven't seen a school. So this is a very sorry state. So the schools are not anymore a place where they come and get information. This is a place where they socialize, where if you see, where many activities are created, where their pervert mind, which is exposed to all the websites and things that they should not know, be channelized properly. At one time, we were all talking about sex education, educate. Now, last 2 years, it has crossed a limit where actually we are scared. What is the fate of our children? Now, how do you tell them? Do you want to advise them? They'll shut the door on your face. Do you want to say, no, go on this, I want to talk to your parents? They will, instead of creating friendly friendship, we will create a rift. So I always have sessions with my parents and say, for you now, your job is to just monitor. Just monitor and enjoy what your child is learning. You can't play any big role anymore. All that you can do is provide a platform where you place your laptop or computer in the living room, where people go and come and the child is always alert. I can't do any mischief. Now, that is the smallest thing that a parent should do. That's it. And leave the child to explore. Don't say, I will not show TV. I will cut you off all the gadgets. Doesn't make sense, because technology has enveloped the classrooms. And today we need to embrace technology, but use it wisely. So here we have something called E-Akdar, which is safety of online learning. And we are all programmed by the government. The software works in such a way that we have policies that we have, we all have the BYOD policy, which is bring your own device policy. The children in the higher grades, we are starting it from 8 because exploration takes at that level. And we have to ensure that, this actually curtails all the links and gives you a very cyber safe environment. Now, the biggest challenge was, and in U.A.E. also we faced initially, was in cyber safety, especially with platforms. The Zoom platforms, the Google platforms, every platform that you had lot of visitors, uninformed visitors, because children were sharing links. They got the links from somebody. Now, what did the government here do? Immediately brought in this E-Akdar and completely concised and stabilized that. But again, the beauty is, if a school has its own learning management system, like which we have, then there is absolutely no need to fear, because these are all locked, and triple lock and 4 locks and password changes. Nobody, you don't have any uninvited guests inside the seat. So this portion of something is what India should also definitely look at a larger perspective, because investing in a system inside the school is far more viable, feasible, and has to happen, rather than investing on the frills. And the school should now look at strong cultural, social, physical activities where the child must come out and embrace universe and say, okay, I am here now, tell me. Where the child should learn mensuration in the football ground, where a reader must, voracious reading habits must be created. We need to have more of these. We talk about blockchain, we talk about web management, website. We don't know what are the skills and the jobs that are going to come. So what are we preparing our students for? When we say we are preparing them for life, then how will a school monitor that? Are you going to give rubrics in air? Are you going to say, he is very good in speaking? Yeah, 5 marks. Okay, A grade, B grade. These things are never actually qualitatively driven. So the beauty of this is, I'm telling you why I'm saying this, with this robust inspection mechanisms, where we look at now, we look at inspections as if, we have no problem. The reason is they're continually coming, and every time they're coming, you're evolving. So instead of using the word inspection, we should say hand holding. So this hand holding is something that many schools require right now. And if the hand holding is given in a very nice way, then everything that the school is doing will be a community activity. So here we, so to design and improve on, what do I say? How do holistic learning? We designed what is called a Woodland Diploma. Very simple. It's a very beautiful small in-house app that has different fields, like we say, cultural, social, service-minded, environment-friendly, academics, and you place whatever you want. Now ask the children whenever they are free. On a Sunday, are they washing their father's car? Very good. Take a picture, upload it. The teacher sees it. Now, you know what I'm saying? And then this leads to the bronze medal, the silver medal, the gold medal, and then finally the diploma. Every year, if children get it, what more learning do they want? Are we going to sit and educate? So I'm very grateful. I'm so thankful to Gulshanji that I have an audience which I would never have in my dream seen. Thank you so much. I am indeed dead. And as Pandyaji said, If you give me an opportunity to talk without anything, it will just flow from my heart. 37 years has been incredible, and I am longing to come back home. I hope to see you all soon when I come back. Thank you so much.
It's always a treat. It's always a treat. It's always a pleasure to listen to you, sister. You're such a wonderful woman. And you're so true in India. You're so true about India. It's so nice to hear from you always. And something you touched, two very interesting things which have gone to my heart. Soul in school. Ah, सोल इन स्कूल, आपकी आत्मा स्कूल में होनी चाहिए. एंड सेकेंडली, एक और बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात आपने कहा, इफ द चाइल्ड इज वॉशिंग कार एंड पापा इज क्लिकिंग द फोटो, और कोई भी क्लिक करके उसको अपलोड करके स्कूल में भेजो. सो एजुकेशन गॉट टू बी रेलिवेंट टू आवर डे टू डे लाइफ. देयर शुड बी प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल्स. उन थ्योरी की चीजों से हम क्या मिलेगा हमको? कुछ नहीं. मैं 72 का हो गया, मैंने कभी कैलकुलस में वो चीजें यूज ही नहीं की है. मुझे समझ नहीं आई मैंने वो क्यों पढ़ी थी, मुझे क्यों पढ़ाया गया था, मैंने आज तक यूज नहीं की है. बट एनीवे सिस्टर, you are so nice, and I'm so proud, I'm so blessed that whenever I make a request to you, you come. एक जाते जाते छोटी सी चीज और बता जाइए. In 2022, there is some exam going to take place in U.A.E for the teachers or something, and they say if you qualify that, then only you will be able to continue in U.A.E. What exactly is that? Would you be kind enough?
This is exactly what I told you. This is two different. One is the teacher licensing, and the other is principal educational leadership licensing.
Okay.
Now, it's not that they did not, they just gave it from the air. In the last 2 years, they have been keeping training programs, and they have been asking us to also, from our end, volunteer and understand. It is very simple. Jo bhi hum karte hain, if you understand how you're doing it, why you're doing it, and what the future requires, all these tests, it is not easy. There are people who have not passed it in the first attempt, but that's not the end. You have 3 to 4 chances to be able to do. But at the end of the day, kuch na kuch, we have to keep a block somewhere. Otherwise, this will not end. So it is a challenge for people like me, going back to sitting in a school, writing an exam, and then, those things. So I understand there is a little bit of fear among people who are 50 and above, who can, and the whole thing is online. And it is all MCQs. So in 60 questions in 20 minutes, it's all like that. So must be, those are the challenges. But I think more than the youngsters, the most experienced will find it. However, it is not an easy ride. Yes, what you said is absolutely true. They are giving us a couple of years to work on that. And if we didn't do it, then we will never be able to continue. Yes, but they haven't finalized anything. Nobody has been thrown out, nothing. We have all taken it in style. But again, teachers, many teachers who come in, they know the content, but they don't know the pedagogy. So it is all up to us to learn. So because of that, to understand education leadership, you know what I did? Last 1.5 years, I am now a Harvard student, and I'm doing my Harvard degree from certification from for school management leadership training. With the grace of God, I'm finished 3. I have 1 more left. That has actually opened my eyes to what is leading people, leading change, leading learning. Harvard degree, something which was a dream par imagining, is now a reality in my life. I'm waiting to share that on the LinkedIn platform.
Your degree has come from the United States, Lamar University. The gentleman who is a strategist on school education, he has joined us now all the way. And when Modi ji had gone to Houston, and you remember that gathering of 52,000 people,
right.
He's the brain behind, who worked very hard with his team.
Well done, well done.
He gathered the entire generation, human generation over there of Indians. So Professor Vivek Shankar Natarajan ji is joining us all the way from Texas, from the Lamar University. We extend him a very warm welcome. Thank you very much for being with us over here. And here is my little sister, Prema Muralidhar from U.A.E. She's such a wonderful sister. I'm proud of her. I met her during the COVID. I have not met her physically. I have not seen her, but she had been a great support. With her network, we have done 100 webinars with EdTech platform. 100 webinars we have done through her. She's a great inspiration. And I'm telling openly in a public to the whole globe, all the universities and institutions, those are linked with me from the world over. I want that she should get the honorary doctorate from United States. We have to work in that direction. I'll tell my president also yesterday, ma'am, our new president has taken over Professor Satinder Dhiman. So I'm going to work in that direction. You deserve, you are a live wire. You are an inspiration for billions and billion people, you know, all the people on this planet. Millions को मैं छोड़ रहा हूं, मैं billions में जा रहा हूं, क्योंकि the reason being, it's always a treat to listen to you. How the time has flown, I don't know. और मेरा इतना मन है जब भी आपको time मिले, आप आइए, आप जरूर share कीजिए, and keep giving us some good people like you gave us the EdTech platform.
Sure.
Wish you great day ahead. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thank you, ma'am. Namaskar.
I might have to take leave as I have to go for the parent session. Please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. God bless you, ma'am. God bless you. Thank you.